Naturally, the human mind is made to worry, and this worry can come in disguise of responsibility, maturity, deep thinking. But guess what? Worrying too much cannot strengthen your mind, rather, it will weaken it, especially when you don't have the solution for that particular thing that is making you worried. Rather, it will even deprive you of the joy you're supposed to get that particular day. Remember, life is unpredictable. You can't predict it. It's not something you can predict. And I also understand the fact that we make plans. Those plans are beautiful. Those plans are important. Now, this is for those that have made plans, that have put in the effort, that has worked, that has gone through sleepless nights in the whole stuff, and then it's as if nothing is happening, and then it's as if nothing is working. Now, this is to tell you to stop worrying too much. Okay? Hello, everyone. Welcome to Shally's era, an era of positivity, an era that teaches you what you need to know, an era that helps you view life in a better dimension. Okay, before now, we're talking about why are you worrying too much? Why you should stop worrying too much? If you're new here, welcome. Love you plenty. If you're returning, mwah, mwah. Thank you very much. Now moving on, why you should stop worrying too much? Listen, it has a way of creating storms in your mind. It has a way of giving you this tension. And trust me when I tell you those tensions are not good. Why? Because you will fail to see that there is still a clear heaven waiting for you. There is still something good that can come out of you. That worrying, listen, that worrying will make you look like you are solving the problem. Meanwhile, you have not even started solving anything. Worrying too much has a way of making you feel at a point you are not moving forward or backward, you are just there. And most times that situation is not good. Remember, life is unpredictable. We don't have control to every possible outcome. We do have control to most, but not all. There are some things that just happen, and despite your plan, it just happened the way it did. Okay, that is life. Coming to understand that would give you better covering and all. Another thing is when you worry too much, it has a way of affecting your physical health. It has a way of affecting your physical well-being. How do I mean? Before you know it, you start feeling this anger. Before you know it, you start getting depressed. Like when I mean depressed, you start this transfer of aggression. Like every little thing gets you angry. Even somebody that did not do anything to you, you just have a way of making the person angry for just as in you just have a way of getting spiked up and all. And my loves, worrying too much can affect your sleep. Worrying too much, when your sleep is affected, there are certain nerves that are supposed to be relaxed, but then you're keeping them so tensed. And we do not need to worry too much. Make your plans, sketch them down, and then work on those plans. But when those plans are not going the way you planned them, do not worry too much. You'll be like, how do you mean, Shally? Explain better. Okay, now I'm going to tell you. How can you stop worrying too much? What is that thing what's that mindset you need to have to make you stop worrying too much? Now listen, my darling, the mindset is this. First things first, you need to first of all understand that you should believe in yourself to have the ability to adapt to that situation at that point. Adapt to the situation. um Notice the help you have around you at that moment. Well, even though you don't. And as for many, learn to trust in God's wisdom and guidance. Why did I say you should adapt? For example, you lost your job all of a sudden when you were expecting a promotion. You need to adapt. Why? Is because the money that you could use to get a bag of rice is now shortened, and so you have to adapt to getting a quarter bag of rice and still sustain yourself. If you don't learn how to adapt, and with that situation you still go for high things, you're gonna crumble. You need to you need to trust God's wisdom and guidance. You need to understand that some things can go beyond your control. You don't have the tendency to control every possible outcome. Some things can go out of your control, and that is where you need to trust in God's guidance. That way you have peace. That way your fear your fear becomes your fear becomes faith. That way, your uncertainty becomes total trust and reliance to God. When you trust God, life becomes more meaningful, because when you tell yourself that, see, I have tried my best, at this point, take control. I don't know what else to do. You would see it go well. You will see it go better than you even expected. There are several times I have made my own plan. For example, to get this cup, I have written down how I'm going to get this cup. Guess what? My whole plans was destroyed. But in the end, I got this cup. That is where I learned that worrying cannot solve anything. Just adapt and learn to trust. You need a higher help. There has to be a higher unction to help you. There has to be a higher unction to help you, and that is where learning to trust in God comes in. You just have this peace. You just have this guidance, because when you have this trust in Him, He has a way of opening your eyes to see things that normally you wouldn't see. He has a way of giving you this peace that there is chaos, there is little, but you still sleep well. You are still adding. Worrying will only put you in depression. Worrying will only make you feel sad. Worrying can even have a way of shortening your life, because when you worry too much, imagine you're trying to cross the main road, you will get knocked down at the spot. My darlings, this is a call to action. It's a wake-up call. See it as a wake-up call, okay? The three things I mentioned was what? Learn to adapt. Learn to notice the help around you, because you are worrying about not doing this, not doing that, but you are failing to see that you are in good health. You are failing to see that every day at least you have one meal to eat in a day, one meal to eat. Some people are looking for that particular one meal. When you learn to notice the help around you, when you learn to adapt, when you learn to trust in God, this way you discover life becomes easier, peaceful, more meaningful. Everything will kill that worrying. Okay? Focus on what you can do. Don't they say exceed your boundaries, but my dear, know when to stop that exceeding so it doesn't take your life. Focus on what you can do and leave the rest to God. Life is challenging, but His ways are still the best. Life has its ups and downs, and your worrying cannot change a thing. But when you learn to trust in Him, when you learn to adapt, When you learn to notice some things that are outside the problem you are in, you let go of unnecessary fear. You become more happy, you stop worrying, and it is even in joy most times you get solutions, not in worrying. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I love you plenty. Till we meet again, Shally's era. I love you all. Please take care. Bye.